up next is this year's Summer Anthem Radio Jam by Ryan Upchurch.
So what's up, YouTube? So this is gonna be, I'm shooting this part after I shot the rest of this video. I apologize, the video is so long. I'm new to all this still, so I'm still learning some stuff, learning on how to get my videos put together. But this is my 1991 Mitsubishi Galant VR4. Pardon my mess in my garage, I stay busy doing other things as well. As you'll see in the video, I've removed the head off it, radiator, doing the cruise control delete, the wonderful Galant ABS, this huge monstrosity is back down in here. I'm going to do a ABS delete as well. Just kind of clean the car up. Typical bumper sag on the corners. It seems to be a pretty good car so far. Needs a lot of work, a lot of love. I got some rust on the hood that I'm going to have to fix, unfortunately. This is kind of my cool little light setup, but either way. If you want to know more about that, just let me know. The car is in pretty good shape. It's pretty straight. There's a couple of dings, dents, typical sun fade, unfortunately. The hood's got some of it. You might not be able to see it very well. The roof, unfortunately, is really bad. The clear coat's gone altogether. The trunk is paint, clear coat's gone as well, unfortunately. I apologize for the mess. I still have the original sticker. The back end's pretty good. I do have a full master exhaust already installed on this car when I purchased it, so I'm really curious to see how that sounds. I need to get a new antenna. That one's been broke off. Not going to run the factory wheels. I am personally not a huge fan of the look of them. I think if you're going full sleeper, they're like the perfect thing because they don't look like they would be on a fast vehicle. But, if anybody knows anything about this car, you know that you can make it incredibly fast. So, I'll give you just a quick look inside the interior. I do have it on jack stands, so the door's still open, so the frame is still very solid in this car. The interior just needs cleaned, needs a little bit of love. The seats are actually in pretty decent shape. Sorry for the interruption, you guys. My SD card decided to fill up on me, so starting back here, what's going into the car here. Floors are dirty, it just needs cleaned. Give me one sec. Okay. So, get in the car slowly. I have number... Let's see if I can zoom in on it for you guys. Focus. Focus. Well, I guess it's not going to focus. But it's 1510 of 2000. The owner before me installed a aftermarket stereo, which I'm cool with. I may do something else with the dash in here, I'm not for sure yet. Original steering wheel. It's a little rough, but not horrible. Gauge is still in good shape. Only, if you guys can see it, there you go. Only 157,000 miles, which really isn't that bad. It's pretty good in here interior wise. A couple trim pieces are a little rough. This one's broke off right here, which is okay. It does have aftermarket gauge pod. I'm not a fan of how it's mounted there. I may do something differently, I don't know yet. My thing is I don't want to destroy anything in here, if that makes sense. Because they're such rare cars, I don't want to cut the dash all up and stuff like that. My Civic, which you'll see in another video, it's a modern car. You can get parts for it pretty easily. There's lots of them. so not too worried about it. Mirror's still good, it's still hanging. I have another back seat to another car that I'm going to be building. Unfortunately, the back seat back there is been torn at some point, so which kind of sucks. So I do actually have another seat over there for the other car, which I'm probably going to turn into a drag car. So I may actually end up with a not putting a back seat in it. So I may just use that in this car. So this is going to be more like a daily style, but still makes good power type of car. I wanted to do that intentionally so I can enjoy the car and drive it. You know, because, you know, you build a car for drag racing, you normally don't drive it as often. Which, you guys can prove me wrong. But, you know, I still want the AC to work in here and everything. So, we'll see how that one works. Sorry about that. May take a lot of work to get some of this stuff working. Yeah, everything in here is pretty solid. I mean, turn signal stuff still works. The switches are still moving pretty free. You know, windshield wiper stuff. Still has cruise cassette and stuff, but I took the cruise out. I don't care to have cruise in this car because it's bulky. Really, really bulky, and I don't care for it. Now, if I do something crazy and do like drive-by-wire, then I may figure out how to get a cruise set up in it so that I'm able to have a cruise, use the original stuff. That would be kind of neat. I don't know if anybody else has done that. I know a lot of guys just take the cruise control box out. Since I'm not going to be using it, I may be putting it up for sale if someone's looking for the cruise box. It's over here. It's in good shape. It's got some rust on it. I got the bolts for it, the actuator and everything. It's not in too bad a shape. Really, it's not. So, you know, if you want it, I guess message me somehow. I am missing some trim stuff for the speakers, but it's not the end of the world there. The car is still very strong, as you can tell. I can get in the car, and there's no front wheels on this car. Like, there's not even spindles. So, and the door will just, it shuts. So the body's still very straight. Yeah, I took the front spindles off. I guess on these cars, it can be kind of normal for the locking Mitsubishi lug nuts would snap or stick, so they'll snap the stud off. I got a buddy of mine that's got my spindles. It's gonna press them for me. I don't have a press, unfortunately. At some point I'll make a video on what wheels I'm gonna put on this car. As I said before, not a fan of the stock wheels. I did do a little bit of work to I got 2 cylinder heads here. This one I took the gears off, cam gears off. I'm going to use this other head. It's clean, it's been rebuilt recently. I'm going to put different valve springs in it and everything, so it makes more sense than to use one that possibly could have 150,000 miles on it. I got some injectors off of this other head that I need to look up. They have a different plug, so I presume they're from a different brand. Probably use this thermostat housing, because mine is really bad. So I'm going to kind of leave it off here. I'll be making hopefully another video here soon. I'll talk to you guys later.